Hey, what is up, people? Tacmanss here, coming at you with a story time. I'm just going off rip right here. No script or nothing, so this might get a little wild, right? So I got a little long story time for you today. It's a motorcycle crash story time. And as you can hear, I'm still talking, so I'm okay, I swear. A little banged up, but, you know, everything heals, so we're getting there. I'll tell you guys about that. So, I'll start this off. It was a Friday night. Me and we'll call this guy motorcycle homie, so we don't give anything away, right? And then we got another character called, we'll call him Jack, right? So that guy will come in later. So me and motorcycle homie are just hanging out. We're trying to look for things to do or whatever on this Friday night. And we just kind of recently got the bikes, right? I just got my Ninja 400 and I was pretty stoked. So I'm like, yo, let's hit up this bike night, right? Because there's a bike night in our area. We head over. And there's this cool event going on that's in our area. In line, getting a chili dog, right? And this kid texts me that we met actually the prior week. So we meet this kid, right? We'll call him Jack, right? This is where Jack comes in. So Jack texts me and he's like, yo, like, what's going on? And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And I'm like, yo, come check out this bike night, right? Because he's also into motorcycles and stuff. And so Jack is like, yo, bet, I'm down. Like, I'll be there soon. And so me and motorcycle homie are just hanging. Jack used to have a motorcycle actually, so he pulls up to the bike night in a car, right? And he just did some mods to it and whatnot. So he was, kind of showing us around it and whatnot. And so we're just hanging out. Me and motorcycle homie just chilling. We're starting to plan to leave pretty soon. And Jack goes inside the bike night dealership because they're selling bikes and whatnot. And he's looking around because he actually just got in a crash on his R3, I believe it was. And so he's trying to get another bike, right? He's checking this thing out, and the dealership is talking to him and whatnot, trying to get him to buy this bike, whatever. And he's really falling for it. Me and motorcycle homie are just sitting at our bikes, pretty much, just kind of wanting to go and ride, because we've been there for a while at this point, because it took him 30 minutes to get there. And so finally Jack decides that he's not gonna buy the R3, and we're like, dope, whatever. Well, we're hungry now again, we tell him. So we're like, hey, we should go get some food or something, right? I know this really good pizza joint. And he's like, yeah, definitely. And motorcycle homie's down, so I'm like, let's do it, man. And so I tell him, I give him the address or whatever, and like I said, he's in a car, right? This plays a key factor in the story. So me and motorcycle homie are just going with him to this pizza place, and he's kind of speeding around, and then, we have a kind of small city, so we're just not going too fast, but we're chilling. And we go to the pizza joint, we're having a good time, whatnot. It's kind of our first time meeting him, right? This Jack guy. And so we're trying to get to know him and whatnot, because he might get a bike in the future. We'll ride with him, me and motorcycle homie. So we're just, chatting, whatever. We pay for the bill, all that, whatever, and we get out. So we get out and we walk outside, and it's pretty nice out, We're just hanging for a second, and we kind of still want to ride, You know that feeling if you ride a bike, you're like, yo, I don't want to end the night. It's 9 o'clock right now, 10 o'clock maybe or something. So we're just hanging there. We're like, yo, we should plan something real quick so we can go ride for a bit. And we're all like, hell yeah, let's do something. And so I just remembered I was talking to my one homie with the Nissan Skyline, because I'm also into the car stuff, right? And so I'm like, yo, you guys want to check out my buddy's new Nissan Skyline that he got? And this kid Jack, he likes cars as well, and so he's all over it, right? And he's like, yeah, dude, let's do that. Where's he located, whatever. I'm like, oh, he's an hour away from here, right? And he's in the big city, we'll say. We all meet up at my house. I'm changing and whatnot. I come out, and I'm looking at my phone for a second. I'm like, oh, it's pretty low charge, and I need to get the GPS for this my Nissan Skyline homie, so we can go drive to him, But I also want to listen to music, and I don't want my phone to die. So I'm telling Jack, the kid with the car, I'm like, yo, how about we just give you the GPS, right? And we'll follow you, follow behind you, we'll chill, And he's like, yeah, sounds good, whatever, it's all good. And so this was my first mistake, guys. This is what I've learned now. I've learned a lot of things. I'm not blaming it on anyone, actually. It's completely my fault that I crashed, because that's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? I take full responsibility in that. So I give him the GPS. Motorcycle homie is with me. He's like, yeah, cool. We'll head out there. So we head out to Expressway or whatever it is. real fast road. We're going a little bit, for a bit. I ain't gonna lie, we're kind of cranking it. That was no issue. So we start to get into the big city, and the highways are starting to get a lot more tight, like a lot more cars and stuff. It's a Friday night, so there's a lot of people out on the road, And so this kid's like kind of speeding, right, the whole time, and we're like kind of trying to chill and whatnot. Me and motorcycle homie, we're not trying to go crazy or nothing. We don't got fast bikes in general. It's we both got pretty slow bikes, especially mine. It's a Ninja 400. I'm not setting world records here, people. And then we finally are coming up on this highway. We're chilling, and me and motorcycle homie for some reason are like looking at each other, right, and we're kind of distracted. I don't know what was going on, but we were like trying to signal something or whatever, and then probably like 10 seconds later, Jack, the kid that had the GPS, I guess I don't know what happened. I honestly didn't talk to him about this, so I'm not too sure, but I'm assuming that he looked at his GPS and he was like, oh, like we gotta like turn like right now, and there's a roundabout, like one of those interstates where it like comes off into a roundabout like instantly. I don't know if you guys seen those, but if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he turns right, like to get in that lane to turn into the roundabout, right, like really quick. And we're doing about 70 because it's like the pace of like the highway traffic. We're not speeding. Speed limit's like 65, I think. So we're generally not speeding or doing nothing crazy like that. So we're chilling, doing 70. He turns off really quick, boom, like makes a right turn, and then I literally like, it's kind of hard to, it gets a little hazy, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I try to turn right, and so does motorcycle homie, but motorcycle homie is probably like a second or two in front of me, like 2 bike lengths maybe, or a bike length maybe. It's hard to like remember kind of, but he like kind of grabs way too much brake, right? And like I'm also trying to merge over, but he's in front of me and I see him just grab so much brake or something, whatever happened for him. And look, dude, guys, this was insane. Like if I could like show you what happened, I remember what happened. It's just hard to explain kind of because it was so quick. I watched motorcycle homie literally like fishtail, like boom, 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 like his bike's like back, like left, right, like 3 feet, like dashes each time, and I'm like, oh, like I'm like, is he gonna save it, And this is all in the span of like 3 seconds. I see him like throwing it back and forth, and then just boom, just like gravity just disappears, and he's just thrown off his motorcycle, and I'm like, oh, like I'm like, he's, what I'm saying, like it's over. I've never seen a motorcycle crash really like ever, and I just saw my homie just get tossed off one. I was like, holy shit. And then all in like 1 second of this, I'm like, oh, like I gotta stop, what I'm saying? So I was thinking this the whole time. Obviously, it wasn't just like, oh, now I gotta stop, but this is like my brain kind of thinking about it. Obviously I didn't think super slow or anything, but this is all sped up. So I remember like trying to make the right, real quick, and then I remember looking down, like after motorcycle homie flew over his bars, I remember looking down and like grabbing my front brake, right? I don't remember how much rear brake I gave. The next thing you know, dude, I'm flying through the air, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, fuck, dude. Motorcycle homie is already like tumbling down the highway, and I'm flying through the air, and I'm like, the first thing I think is like when am I gonna hit my head or whatever, and I'm flying through the air, and like probably like a second or two passes, right? I was in the air for a bit, I'm not gonna lie, like it was a long second, and I just remember like, boom, like just like hit my head, not super hard, but like hard enough, it was like, oh, like, so there's a roundabout, right? And then there's like a mountain kind of, it's not like a mountain, but it's like a hill, right? And it's like a hill, and the roundabout like kind of goes around it or whatever. I'm literally like not waking up, but like kind of like pause for a second, upside down, and I'm just like, oh, dude, like what happened, like I just remember, boom, like hitting my head, don't know where my bike went, don't know nothing. My bike's literally on top of the interstate, and I'm all the way at the bottom of this hill. I flew like 10 to 15 feet. It was actually insane. And so I'm sitting like, yeah, pretty much laying down, upside down, don't know how that happened, staring at the stars on this roundabout, like out of the way of the cars, but just on the side of this hill. And I remember faintly just like sitting there for a second and just be like, dude, I really hope I'm not paralyzed, man, because it's like I've been seeing like a lot of like news stories and like Instagram reels or whatever on like people, paralyzing themselves after a motorcycle crash and stuff. And I was like, damn, dude, like I really hope this is not what just happened, because I couldn't tell yet, you know what I mean? It was just so quick. About a second later, I'm like, still sitting there for a minute, and I'm like looking around kind of, and I see motorcycle homie literally like walking, like getting up, and I'm like, holy shit, he's not dead. Like, dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't know, dude. Like, it was just insane. I just saw him walking around. I was like, all right, sweet, he's good, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, all right, let's see like if I can get up. And I'm at an angle, like flat laying down, I give it what I can, and I get up, right? And instantly, like, bro, I'm like, ooh, like, dude, like, felt like someone, Mike Tyson, just punched me in the ribs, dude, I swear. And so I'm walking up this mountain to say what's up to motorcycle homie. Just absolutely the worst pain I've ever felt, probably. Like, agonizing, like, trying to just walk up. It was insane. My wrist is, like, super hurt, like, I thought it was broken. My back is destroyed. And at the time, I don't know, I felt it, but it was kind of odd because of the adrenaline. And I go up to motorcycle homie, and he's like, yeah, or he comes up to me, actually. And I'm on the other side of the guardrail. He went to the left side of the guardrail. It's hard to imagine because, like, you guys can't imagine, like, what I saw. But he's on the left side of the guardrail, and I'm on the right. Like, completely different sides of the guardrail, right? So I either flew over the guardrail or slid around it, or I don't know. I did something. And he comes up. He's like, yo, you good? And I literally cannot say words. I'm like, ugh! Like, I'm like dying, dude. Like, fighting for my life here. And so he like keeps asking that, and I keep not responding. Like, I'm just like, yeah, like trying to say yeah. Something mentally with me, I need like a second to like process shit. So my brain like kind of freaks out, and like I start like seeing like black smoke in my eyes if I can't like chill. So I'm kind of doing that. So I sit down on the guardrail, just trying to get my breath and stuff. And this dude in a white van pulled over. He's like, you guys okay? You guys okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm great. Like, I could finally like say something. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Because I didn't want to start any trouble or nothing, with the cops or whatever. Well, big surprise, guys. And then, like, 10 to 15 seconds later, we just hear, what? Like, the cop, like, the siren or whatever. And we're like, holy shit, like, no way that's for us, And we're like, we can see the whole highway and stuff. And they pull up, like, 4 cars deep, a state trooper, I think it was a fire truck, everything. And then me and motorcycle homie are just, like, chilling, like literally. Also, guys, I know I'm all over the place with this story. My bike is sitting on its kickstand, like it's literally just sitting there. Like, it's beat up, obviously. It's not super bad. You guys will see in the video, but it's literally just sitting there, standing up. And I'm like, did someone like put this up, or like what happened? Obviously, someone did, I think, but I don't know. It was on the other side of the guardrail with its kickstand up, just sitting there. I was like, no, okay, like, dope. Motorcycle's homie bike had some stuff on it, so it didn't really get too damaged. So the cops pull up, right? And this guy, the state trooper, like, comes up real quick on us. And I still have my helmet on, but I think I took off my jacket. I'm pretty sure. So I'm, like, big chilling, kind of, And the dude, like, comes up, kind of not being super cool right away. He's like, I heard you guys were speeding. Like, I got 3 calls that you guys were, doing mock on the highway. He didn't say that verbatim, but he said something like that. And he's like, me and motorcycle homie just look at each other like, dude, we were literally doing the speed limit behind our buddy's car. Like, what are you talking about, So we were both like, because he's like asking us like one-on-one, because he's like trying to like interrogate us or something, I don't know. And we're like, what are you talking about, bro? So he figures he can't get anything out of us because we generally were not lying. Next, the fire truck people come and check us out. And they're like, you guys okay? And I'm like, I don't want to pay 20 bands for just going to the hospital, right? But I am worried at this like moment that I'm internally bleeding, because I've heard of that recently. And I was like, yo. So I tell them, nah, we're good. Like, I don't need no help. I'm literally like acting like tough guy, and I'm like, nope, we're good, officer. Or a firefighter guy, whatever. I'm like, we're all good. And same with motorcycle homies, literally just bleeding down his leg and you can't see it. So they're like, oh, okay, like, you guys are good. And then the officer's like, well, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And I was like, what the And he's like, I forgot what he said. He's like, we can make a case or we can drop it. And he's like, since you did no property damage, we can drop it. And I was like, yeah, what? Drop it. And motorcycle homies, yeah, like, he's like, yeah, drop that shit. So we were both like, okay, sick. I dropped it. And then eventually, Jack, the kid in the car, like circles his way back around, which, you know, respect. He didn't just leave us there to die. I'm not blaming this on him either. This is my fault, but I am saying that, like, I kind of wish I GPS'd myself so I would have known when to turn. And I also think that I slammed the rear brake, and that's why I flew over my motorcycle. I'm not 100% positive on that. He comes back around, and I can't ride my bike, dude. Motorcycle homie hops onto his bike. He's like, we're good. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, my wrist is at this point. My back is like, I can't ride, dude. I can't move, barely. I'm like limping, right? It all hit me at once. And so I'm like, yo, we need to hit an ER, you know, like now. So just to see if I'm internally bleeding or whatnot. And so I hop in Jack's car, and we're searching for ERs and stuff. Motorcycle homie, he is with us. And then what happened? Oh yeah, we found an ER really close by, right? And so I don't remember how we did this, but we got my bike to the ER. One of them hopped on my bike and then like walked back or something. It was really weird. I honestly don't remember it that well. I didn't get a concussion or anything. I just had memory, to be honest with you, in general. So they get our bikes to the ER. It's like real close. So we like walk in this ER, dude. It's a whole thing. I swear to you. I can update you guys on this in the future. But anyway, we said we tripped and fell because it was cheaper that way, right? And indeed it was. The lady at the front desk was correct on that. So me and fucking motorcycle bro said we tripped and fell really hard. And that's how our story was going for that. And they checked me out and whatnot, and they said, dude, they literally like patted me down. That's it. No x-rays, no nothing. They tried to recommend me some pills. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then we were out of there. Same thing with motorcycle homie. He just kind of like walked out though, because he was just bleeding really hard. Nothing else was really wrong with him, but he thought he needed stitches, but luckily he didn't. So the first thing we do is like we're all heading back, right? And I'm like, yo, we need to stop at a gas station because I need like Advil or something, right? And this was so funny because we're kind of like in like a sketchier part of this big city, you know? And I just want to include this because it's funny. And I'm like, yo, what's the hardest you guys got here? You know, just like talking about like ibuprofen or something. And the gas station lady's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You know? And I'm like, I'm like making jokes and because, you know, I'm trying to make the situation better, kind of. Yeah, I'm just goofing around, and I get some Advil or whatever, like some good Advil. And a Slim Jim because it was like 50% off. And yeah, we headed home, man. Like I said, I don't want to make the story too long, but headed home, and I had to rest for a while, man. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, but my wrist and back were trash, man, cooked. So I hope it's not broken. I don't think it is because I'm actually using it now, but yeah, my back's good. It's fully healed, I think, so we're getting there. But yeah, I just want to share the stories with you, brass. That's my motorcycle crash story. I think it's because I didn't have enough experience with the bike yet, and I wasn't paying attention. So I've gotten a lot better on my motorcycle skills. I've been practicing in the lot, just braking, maneuvering, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I've gotten like 10 times better. I'm way more comfortable now than that night, and I probably shouldn't have been on the highway that night. But I'm glad to be talking to. Say this to you guys, to say the least. So thank God, man. I hope you guys like the story. Going for a little story time video thing because I like to do those. So if you guys like this, drop a like. If you don't, tell me in the comments you hate me or something. And ride safe, guys. I'll see you in the next video.